Welcome to IBK's World, a place where stories breathe, hearts heal, and hope finds a home. Life is full of moments, joy, pain, loss, forgiveness, and second chances. At IBK's World, we tell stories that touch the soul, inspire hearts, restore love, and remind you that every ending can still become beautiful. We create powerful stories about life, family, love, forgiveness, second chances, and happy endings. This is IBK's World, where every story finds a reason to hope again.
After that painful confrontation, Liam stood frozen, allowing the weight of his choices to sink in. He could feel the remnants of love twist into something darker within him, regret. In a moment of clarity, he made the hardest decision yet. Rather than further complicate Amelia's life, he decided to let them be. With a heavy heart, he whispered a quiet goodbye, knowing deep down it was for the best. Months turned into years, and Liam chose to move out of town, seeking solace in anonymity. He wandered far from the memories that haunted him, first residing with distant relatives, then becoming a drifter of sorts. He carried with him the guilt of abandoning his first love, knowing he had pushed her to find happiness elsewhere. Meanwhile, Amelia and Michael's relationship grew steadily at first. The shadow of Liam faded, but always lingered in the background, a melancholic presence reminding her of sacrifices and choices made. However, the brighter days with Michael eventually started to dim. His warm-hearted nature gave way to an increasing aloofness, and the kind gestures turned inconsiderate. At first, she chalked it up to stress career pressures, but as time passed, the changes became evident. Michael was womanizing, indulging in indiscretions that they both had sworn to avoid. One stormy night, Amelia faced reality. Confrontation had come to a head, and the man she loved was more often seen on the arm of another woman than beside her. In a moment of vulnerability, she let Michael go. She couldn't ignore the red flags anymore, and the decision ruptured the last thread connecting them to happiness. Michael left town shortly after, leaving behind shattered memories and unfulfilled promises. Amelia was left to pick up the pieces alone. Years unraveled slowly, and eventually Amelia settled into a life of independence. She filled her days with work, friends, and a sense of self that had been missing for so long. Just as she began to feel whole again, a letter arrived bearing the stark news she had feared most: her father had died. Emotion surged within her, a mix of unresolved anger and an overwhelming sense of loss. Among the papers was a letter addressed to her, and with trembling hands she opened it. The letter resonated with every question Amelia had long buried in her heart. It was filled with heartfelt confessions, articulating the love he had for her, the profound regret at being absent in her life, and most hauntingly, the explanation behind his disappearance. Her father had fallen into debts he couldn't escape, making choices out of desperation. He tried to shield her from the consequences, believing it would be easier for her to forget him if he was simply gone. Every word slashed through her, mingling sorrow and understanding, elucidating his actions that had seemed so uncaused to her. Tears streamed down Amelia's face as she read through the letter, each line pulling her through a maelstrom of emotions. Regret morphed into empathy, longing shifted to acceptance. Finally, amid the turmoil, she felt a peculiar sense of closure, as if the universe had conspired to finally unveil the truth she had sought. With each step down the winding path, Amelia felt the weight of her father's wisdom guiding her decisions. The wildflowers danced in the gentle breeze, echoing her newfound freedom as she embraced her journey ahead. Each memento in the box was a reminder of where she had come from, yet it was the promise of the future that filled her heart with courage. There on the edge of grief, her father's legacy whispered an undeniable truth. Forgiveness and understanding were necessary for her to move forward. As the sun set on the life she once knew, Amelia resolved to honor her father's spirit. She placed the letter in a box of cherished mementos, a symbol of love lost and lessons learned. With every ounce of strength, Amelia embraced the present and prepared herself to meet whatever might come next with hope and courage, determined to build a life that honored her past, yet welcomed the future. As Amelia reached the crossroads, she knew that every choice lay before her like a blank canvas. The sun's rays broke through the clouds above her, illuminating the path ahead, a reminder that hope always follows the darkest moments. Surrounded by her community, the presence of familiar faces reinforced her belief that she was not alone on this journey of renewal.